Alright guys, welcome back to another recap, another green day, locking in the full green week to start October, so definitely building a little cushion on October. Hopefully momentum stays like this for the rest of October, maybe towards the end of the year, because the second September ended, we started seeing momentum in October, so hopefully it keeps being like this. So far, the biggest green day this week as well. I was up a little bit more yesterday, but gave it almost half of it back. And then today, obviously, bigger green day, so I'm happy with that. Before I go over all my trades, guys, if you're brand new to this channel, I'm gonna go over all my trades, where I took them, bought, sold, all of that stuff. And but before I do that, I do want to take a moment and say thank you to iPhone 5. Since I've monetized this channel, you are the very first super chat, tip, donation, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it's called, a super chat. From going live, you send a little bit of money my way, and I cannot tell you enough how much that means to me. You know, to know somebody that realizes, hey, he's streaming completely free, trading live, answering chats. I mean, I have 3 chats pulled open at the same time, and he's doing it all successfully. And you were able to realize that, and thank me in a different way, you know. And I really do appreciate that. That definitely put a smile on my face, and turned my day around, even though I was already up. You know, I'm happy about that. So I really do want to say thank you for that. I'm gonna read the comment here for everybody else, just so you can see. I'm not gonna name number amounts, so it's gonna be. Again, impressed with your live and interactions on the live. We'll watch all your content this weekend and look forward to learning from you. Enjoy your weekend. So, iPhone 5, thank you again, and enjoy your weekend as well. Alright guys, for everybody that is new, I trade live every single day right here on YouTube or on tradecaster.com. Both of them are free. If you're right here on YouTube, all you have to do is click that notification bell and you'll get the alert when I go live, which is 15 minutes before market open. And then on tradecaster.com, it's going to ask you for a payment, but my lobby is free, so just cancel out of it over there and you should be able to watch me free. So let me go over my trades. $850 profit today, and let's start off with the big one today. You know, I always leave the good trades to the end, but you know what? Let's get the big one out of the way. So $501 on Lucy. Now Lucy, a gapper. Come here, Stormy. Come here. She just stood up. It's my cat. Sorry. She stood up on the computer earlier and hit the off button, so my computer shut off, and I don't want her to do that again. Alright, so Lucy was the top gapper of the day. Not the top gapper, one of the 2 top gappers. It was this one and ADTX. So I had a downtrend on Lucy right there, and I almost took a trade down here, honestly, at 2.8. But you know, I don't like to take dip trades off of stocks in the first 5-10 minutes, because you never know if this is the stock that's going to open and then have a leg down like that, and then have another one, and then have another one, and then at that point it's a fader and nobody's going to buy it, nobody's interested on it. So I'm very hesitant to take the initial dip trades, but when I saw it there, I was like, this looks really good. This looks really good. Not to mention, on the daily, we were due for a dead cat bounce on this one. So if you look at the daily, the stock went from $7 all the way down to $1.26. So a little bit of relief bound was expected, and that's what I was looking to continue today. So it opens up. I'm looking for the break of downtrend, which we kind of chopped around it here. So kind of tries to go, and then slams back down. When I saw this candle here, you know, there's no trades. There's no confirmation here for me. I'm not breaking out of that downtrend, and I'm not breaking out of this 324 pivot, and this is actually a very important pivot. So right here, this is what I was looking at, 324. Look at all these top wicks right there. So I'm looking at 324, right? So stock kind of tips 324 and instantly sells off, and that candle right there has pretty good volume, which told me that sellers were right there at 324. So I'm not taking a breakout trade through here. I don't want to catch this kind of flush, or even this kind of flush. So I let it go over 322. I take the first micro pullback there of 324, so I get a fill of 326, and I'm able to take some profit 3.3, and I'm looking for this thing to curl away for a high of day. High of pre-market, which was 348, and then $0.50 up there of 350. So I'm looking for this stock to potentially take off all the way to 350. So I sell a little bit, more, and I have 1,500 shares left that I ended up stopping out right here because I noticed that this was getting kind of stuffed. Usually when a stock wants to go, it's not going to take 3 green candles and then go. So it was getting stuffed, and so I decided to just get fully out of that trade, lock in a first green trade. And I don't remember the profit on that one. I don't want to say I was up $200 or $300 because it might have been less than that, maybe $200 at the end of that trade. But here is the important thing, and here is the killer trade that I made. I'm looking at 324, right? So 324 is at pivot. Looking left, look where all those candles are stopping at, and I'm breaking out through 324. Now I want to see that pull back to 324, and the important thing is you don't want to see sellers stepping in like here. This was sellers stepping in because sellers were aggressive and volume increased. That is sellers stepping in. Now, if you look at that volume on that candle compared to this two candles right here, let me do it like this. With this two candles right here and this volume, look at that. Volume is absolutely dying. It's absolutely dying at a level where you want buyers to be at. So, or as support. Now, a lot of people are like, why do you want volume to be so low when that's when you expect volume to pick up as buyers? A lot of people don't buy those dips. A lot of people end up chasing the breakouts, and that's where the most volume comes in, right? But for me to be able to take a dip trade, I want to know that low volume is there because not a lot of people are adding for the breakout as a short. So if you were a short, you're adding for the breakout here, that's where volume would increase like this, right? That's where volume would increase to fade. But shorts weren't doing that right there. And so as soon as that candle pulled down, as soon as this one pulled down, and I saw that we weren't cracking down, I saw time and sales start to get green. Bids were stacked a little bit maybe. I don't remember the number, but I do remember seeing a wall. I'm in. You know, I clicked that buy button there. I'm at a pivot. I got low volume. I'm seeing orders come in. I'm in. And so I jump in with 2500s. I should have taken this one a little bit more aggressively. That was a key textbook flag, so I should have taken that a little bit more aggressive there, and then instantly starts popping up. And I had 2,500 shares with goal of getting a 350 high of day a breakout. And so, you know, on the way up, I'm letting go a little bit, 500 shares here, letting go of a little bit more, 500 shares here, and now I have 1,500 shares left, which I was looking for the break of 350, which we got, spike up to 358. But this spike happened so fast, and we didn't keep holding 350 for the next leg up. And at that point, I decided to get fully out of that trade. You know, if I want to go breakout, I want this thing to go 350, 360, 365, hold, maybe pull down to 350, hold 350, and then 360, 370, 375, 380, you know, and pull away, which we didn't get today. But still a killer trade. I don't think I even got any fills over 350. I tried selling on that spike, but candle kind of flushed down on me, took me out, and then kind of recovered, and then at that point I got it all out. So my highest fill was 345, 45, 45, 46 and a half, and then my stops was at 341. So that trade right there was one that put me up $480 on the day, or at least on this ticker. And then I traded this one more time. Now I'm being very careful because I'm seeing this kind of a nasty flush, this huge rejection flush here, and then stock keeps grinding up. Now here I get a little bit of a downtrend, so I have 2 points. I can make a downtrend, so I connect it all the way down to here. Technically I could have taken this pullback here, but that's a risky trade because that's right at the top of the trend line, right? It's either I want to flag and anticipate the trend line, or I want to break out of the trend line and get a flag above it and then go. So this was right at it, so that was a tricky trade. But if you look at volume, it's the same thing, right? So pops up, volume increases, red candle down. Nobody's there. Nobody's selling. Nobody's selling at that resistance. As opposed to this one, look at that. This one, nobody. That's why you got that breakout afterwards. And then here, I'm looking, you know, for this breakout. Again, high volume, 1, 2, red volume low. I'm looking for that consolidation here. I'm looking for this to flag and then give me one more leg up for a new high of day through that 350, hold 350, and get that next leg up. So this was a little bit of a smaller share trade here. I think I made like 30 bucks on this one, but I'm sure I was up more once it was crossing 350 up here. I mean, I have 1,000 shares from 340 to 350. That right there was 100 bucks. And it looks like I stopped them out break even. So I was up probably 150 on this trade here. If it would have pulled away to 360, that would have been another $200, $250 trade there with smaller share size. But it didn't work out, so I took some profit out, and then the remainder I took out at break even. So 341, 3147, break even trade on there. Besides the $30 that I made from the first sale. And that was it on Lucy. I mean, Lucy, after that, again, nasty flush, and you can see the stock grinds up, and then two candles down, grinds up, one candle down, grinds up, one candle down, one candle down, and so it's still holding. If your trade power hour, today is Friday, volume might be a little bit low. People are heading out for the weekend, but you would be looking for this thing to pop up again right under 350. Look to see if you flag at 350, above 350, and then you get that curl up for the next high of day move during power hour, or even if it just goes sideways. This thing might gap up after hours or pre-market for Monday. So we'll keep this one on watch on Monday for sure if it keeps holding these lows. The next stock that I traded was ADTX, also a stock that didn't quite open up, but was able to get another very nice trade. If you look at the stock, you're like flush, and then you're like, where's the cleanest move? These two green candles right there. And where was my trade? Those two green candles right there. This is why I am patient. I see flushes. I try to avoid it. I try to find the trade that's going to make me the high that has the best reward to risk, and I don't measure it. I don't. A lot of people ask me, "What's your risk? What were you looking to lose? What were you looking to make?" I have no idea. I just know that this is the higher play to be able to go green on. The likely to play out. Why? You're still in this downtrend. Same thing as Lucy. Pops up, pops up, pops up. All of them right up to that downtrend. But you can't chase that. Shorts are coming in every single time at that trend line. There, and there. Three candles, three massive volume, shorts are in. Where am I looking to get it? When they're uncomfortable, when they're not adding, and where we're out of a trend line, out of a resistance point, And that was this right here. Trend line there, break out of it. Pretty good volume. This volume here out of that trend line was bigger than most of this. And then look at here. Boom. Look at this. Boom. Right? Volume. Down. Flag. Down. I'm trying to get that low entry. I'm trying to snipe that bottom. I hit it at 4:15, and the low of that candle was, let me see, I think it was 4:15, 4:14. So I missed the low of that candle by 1 penny. Okay, and then again, 2,500 shares. I'm doing my best to try to snipe the bottom and hold for a high of day move. And this one again, buy at 4:15, starts popping up, sell 421. So that was my first sales, 421, sold 500 shares there. Sold a little bit, 1,000 more at 426. So breaking high of day here. And then I'm now looking for that curl all the way up to pre-market highs, which is this right here, and break that 438, which I do end up getting, and I sell there. So 436, 431, and I had a little bit of runners. Now I'm looking for the next $0.50 whole dollar resistance to see if we start picking up some parabolic movement, some short squeezing, double buying pressure. And so at that point I had 450 on the line right there, looking to get out of 450. And if we get out of 450, I was looking at 466 daily line. But unfortunately we got 447, did not get 450 at all, and stopped out on that last little bit of runner shares right there. I think it was just 500. So 500. Now on this one again, flag, clean move, kind of flags again, and this right here is another stuff. That's another candle of sellers. Why? You're trying to break 447, you're trying to break 450, and at that point, sellers come in, flush it back down, volume increases, and then look at that. I'm done with that stock. I know shorts are in there. I know shorts are taking control of it, and at that point you can see it the next couple of minutes, right? That's a nasty flush. Buyers lose interest, so sellers get another little bit of a move, get a little bit of a flag, and then they get another big move down. So they get a move, a flag, and then another leg down, and buyers are no longer interested. So no trades on that one there. The last one was FNGR. Actually, two more, and one of them is going to be a little bit of upsetting for me. Actually, FNGR is okay. I had the right idea. So FNGR, pops up, nice little pivot there, pulls back down, rips through that level with big volume, and then it starts kind of pulling back to the level. And I kind of wanted just to this 713 to hold. And even at one point, I was looking at this stock, and I said, you know what, $7 is also a whole number. Let's see if we pull back down to $7 on the stock. I take an ad there. I'm looking for that pop. I tell people all the time, and I tell you guys all the time, if you get into a trade because you want this thing to pop, if you want this thing to break out, if you want $4 to hit, if you want $6.50 to break, if that's the reason why you get on the trade and that doesn't happen, cut the trade. It doesn't matter if you're red or not. Cut the trade, because a lot of the times with these penny stocks, if that doesn't happen, you're going to get a big pullback. You're going to get a big flush. You might not even see that price again for the rest of the day, and you don't want to be stuck back holding these things. So I get a little bit of entry there. Starts popping up. I think at this point, I think this is one where I was up $81 on it here. And then it got to a wall, 725, I believe it was, or 726. It just, the ask was stacked. It wasn't chipping away. It wasn't decreasing. And at that point, I sold half of it first. So 723, I sold it up there closer to that 724, 725. And then it started pulling back on me. I think at that point I put a break-even stop, so 717, and I sold at 717. So break-even stop. If it stopped me out, great. I'm out of that trade with a little bit of profit. But if I wouldn't have had that, I would have definitely gone into the red. Yeah, you're like, this thing came back up. But what if you were looking for a dip trade here? You took this dip trade here, and then stock just faded down. You know, you never know. So I was up $80 on that trade. Didn't get that full next leg up here. So. Oh well, I left that one go. I got $20. Tops is the one that was my only red trade of the day. And I was actually green on this one, the first one. I was green on this one. I wasn't patient on it. And then I took a red trade on it, which gave back my little bit of profit on it. And my only red trade for the day. So here, at this point, this was my last trade. I was up 800 and... what was it? $870. $870. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to aim for 1,000 and get a big trade in and give back $200 back, but I want to see if I can get $30 here, $40, $50, and get over $900 just to have a $900 day. So again, same thing. Pops up, starts pulling back. I get a heck of an entry on this thing. Stock dips to 424, 23 maybe. And I get an entry there of 824. I get an entry of 829, so not the low, but pretty low. Right here is my entry. And I sold it too early. It pops up to 854. That's 20 cents that I left on the table there with 1,000 shares. That's $200. And then pops all the way down, and at this point I'm like, this thing is flushing. But this thing, the way it flushed down here, kind of retested this downtrend line here. Sorry guys. Retested this trend line, and I think, the second this hit it down here and it starts squeezing, I have this thing that I tell people, and I tell you guys, if you're getting a move in your favor, let's say if you're buying a breakout for right here, $9.50, right? If you're getting a breakout, stock is looking very strong, very strong, very strong, and you start chasing it, right? You start chasing it, looking for that break. And if this stock does this on you, what is your reaction? Sell, right? You sell. Sell, 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 right? Instant rejection. So, I think I could do Control C. Oh, it only lets you a certain amount. So, if sellers are shorting, looking for this crack, looking for the push down of VWAP, and immediately stock reverses, buy. Buyers coming in to buy. Sellers that are trying to get the breakdown have to buy. This is a short squeeze. This is shorts covering. You get a very nice pop. And that is exactly what the scandal was. And at that point, I know sellers are covering. I know buyers are coming in. And I have a target right here. First of all, this target, previous high of day, 883. But I'm looking for the next half dollar, whole dollar, $9. And so this thing pops all the way back up. And these are ones that I will chase. I will not wait for confirmation. I will wait closer to the candle's closing, because if you have 50 seconds left on one candle, it pops all the way up. That's 50 seconds to hold that level. That's a lot. But if it pops up and then it's got 5-10 seconds, it's very likely that that momentum holds. That candle closes, and then you get the next leg up, or you get one micro pullback, you get 1 minute pullback, and then you get the next leg up. But here, it starts covering, buying. I'm looking at new high of day, and I'm looking at $9. And so I see 883 high of day, so I'm punching the buy button before that, 878. So no, chasing it right under high of day. Buy 500 shares. I think at this point up here, 500 shares from 878 to 888. I was up $50 on the trade, so now I was sitting up from $30 from the previous trade. This one, $37, 50. Now I'm sitting at $90, and then this thing dips down. Now I'm looking for 883 to hold as a pivot, so I buy again right there, 882, or actually 886, 879. Average of 882, which is the pivot that I want to hold, 883. And I'm looking $9, $9, $9. So now I'm in this play with 1,500 shares. I'm thinking I'm getting at least a quick scalp to $9. The highest it hit was 8.95, 5 cents away, and I could not get it. It just didn't. It didn't want to go. It didn't want to go. I sold some. So 885, 892, and I was buying 882, 886. So I think I sold for profit there, 7-8 cents on a couple of those shares. My cost basis was 82 and 78, and I sold 88, 85. So 92, 85. Sorry. So I definitely made money on those, but I left a little bit on the table, 500 shares here that I just wanted these things to just break through nine. You know. And again, if you're in a trade for a specific reason, for a specific breakout, a specific play, and it doesn't happen, cut the trade. I'm never going to get tired of telling you guys this because that's the beginner mistakes that a lot of people do. They backhold, they backhold, they backhold, they backhold. And then they come and ask me on stream, hey, do you think Tops is going to hit $9 again? And I'm like, I have no idea. But if it does, I'm ready to trade it. Why? Because I'm not backholding it. But if it's there again, I will trade it, you know? But I'm not backholding it hoping it gets $9. If it gets $9, great. If it doesn't, I'm not in it and not my problem. So don't backhold. Doesn't break 9, pulls down, I'm out. You know, it doesn't matter if I'm negative on the day, if I'm green on the day, if I got a big cushion on the day, if I'm a max loss on the day, if I'm break even, it don't matter. If I don't break 9, I'm out. So I cut the trade there, and I went from being up almost $200 on this trade because I was averaging 882, 880s, 878, up 10 cents, 15 cents on 150 on 1,500 shares, $150, $200, to it crashing down, pulling back down, me getting stopped out, giving back my 37 from this trade plus another $20 there here. So I lost about $50 on that trade, which ended up bringing me from a high of $900. So I was at 870 plus the 30, 900 to losing $50, bringing me back to 850. And at that point, you know, I'm not making this mistake from yesterday. I'm not making this mistake. Yesterday I was up 900, get back 150, 200, get back another 50, 200, get back like 30, and get back like 20. So I gave back $400 yesterday, but today, not again. Oh my gosh. Well, good thing I didn't try for the break of 9 again. You know, look at that flush from 876 to 77. That's $1 a share. That's gotta hurt. So, you know, but there's your answer. If you would have been held back holding this, does it hit 9 again and you break out even? Maybe if you sold there. If not, you're still in the red. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for me today. Hopefully I didn't take too long on this recap, sitting at 23 minutes. That's what I've been averaging. If you guys are watching the full recap, let me know, comment down below. Let me know, comment down below and say, hey, I watched the whole thing. Very informative. You know, I'm learning a lot. If not, then obviously you're not even watching at this point. But either way, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being a part of my live streams, for coming in, for trading with me, for sharing ideas. If you want to go on the Discord, just type it. The link is down below. Discord, completely free. Ask me any questions there. iPhone 5, if you're still watching, man, thank you. I really appreciate it. All of you guys have a good weekend, and let's come back on Monday and make some more profits. Y'all have a good weekend.